Hi, do you know anyone who has a child or children with autism? Although autism is a very broad syndrome for kids, and many kids can have it on various different levels and stages, many times kids on a moderate to severe range of autism have a very difficult time learning how to do tasks such as combing their hair, brushing their teeth, or putting their clothes on. It's even more challenging to try to teach kids with autism functions such as reading and writing within a classroom setting. This is why Kelsey, Monica, Velma, and Alexa and I decide to sponsor Miss Fema and her class. Miss Fema is a teacher in Chicago who struggles with trying to teach her students basic tasks such as learning how to use their hands, as well as basic reading and other skills within a classroom. Most of the time for kids with autism, they have a hard time focusing and learning within a classroom setting because some kids oftentimes feel very confined within a close quarter. By having fidgeting items such as a fidgeting ball or a special eraser, Miss Fema students will be able to learn and well as engage their fine motor skills within a classroom. With your donations, it could help go a long way towards buying the supplies that she needs towards helping her students.
Every child can benefit from having sensory items to play with. They help children develop motor skills, creativity, social skills, and other things needed for growth and development. Sensory toys for autism development is important because they help children learn problem-solving skills. This is something that many children with autism struggle with on a daily basis. They also help them form hand-eye coordination, fine and gross motor skills, and other social skills. More and more schools are incorporating these toys into their special needs classrooms. These toys are also becoming increasingly available to parents to continue the learning and development process at home. For Ms. Lehman and other special needs teachers, it's important to find a balance between providing ample opportunity to explore sensory items and running the risk of overexposure and overstimulating the child. Some studies even indicate a connection between playing with the sensory toys and a better degree of information retainment by the child. There's no doubt that teaching a child with special needs presents many challenges, but the use of sensory materials can go a long way toward assisting both the teacher and the student in the learning process.
Now, Smyser Elementary School is part of a larger community, of course. Portage Park is one of Chicago's northwest neighborhoods. While it's known for its beautiful field house and its historical patio theater, Portage Park has been riddled with violence and economic hardships these past few years. Not too long ago, a young boy named Giovanni Mattheos, only 16, was shot in the head. It was actually a 7-year-old girl that found him lying dead right in front of her home. This is one of the many heart-wrenching incidents that have occurred in this neighborhood. The combination of life-threatening traumatic personal experiences, loss of loved ones, and post-violence difficulties have really posed psychological challenges to the recovery of children and families in these affected areas. High-profile acts of violence, particularly in schools, can really confuse and frighten children who may feel in danger or worry that their friends or loved ones are at risk. They will look to adults for information and guidance on how to react in certain situations. Parents and schools together can really help children feel safe by establishing a sense of normalcy and security and talking with them about their fears. Smyser Elementary School is one of those schools. It has really focused its efforts on making sure that their kids feel safe at school, making sure that they know they can freely speak about whatever they've seen or experienced. They have dedicated their efforts to helping students and families deal with traumatic situations, with many written guides and counselors ready and willing to offer their services and relief. They work with neighboring agencies such as Metropolitan Family Services, Lutheran Services, and Youth Outreach to ensure that students and parents are aware of community services that can help them during particular hardships. This school is not only helping its kids, by guiding and teaching its young students and by working with parents, it's bettering the neighborhood. That is why I know that supporting and donating to any project within this elementary school will not only provide a great impact to the school, but to the greater community as well.
Smizers Elementary School, located on the northwest side of Chicago, has enrollment of just over 1,000 students, in which 78% are from low-income families and 0.9% are homeless. These students are of families with an average income for a family of 4 ranges from $29,055 to $41,348. Due to the family income and because families receive public aid, these students are eligible for free or reduced lunch prices and live in substitute care. With this data, Smizer is considered a highest poverty school. 13 of Smizer's students in grades 4 through 8 have disabilities and receive special educational services. These students have diverse learning needs, in which many are on the autism spectrum and are challenged with the ability to focus in a traditional classroom. Ms. Lehman, the class teacher, is asking for donations to purchase sensory supplies for her 13 students. Sensory items allow students to engage in specific activities while continuing to learn in the traditional classroom. The items requested will meet the students' sensory needs. The donations will go to purchase sensory learning items for each child. Without the sensory items, the children aren't able to properly channel that nervousness that becomes a classroom distraction. The learning experience with the purchase of the sensory items will be greatly appreciated and greatly impacted, providing each student with a pleasurable and an enjoyable learning environment. Your donation will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for listening, and thank you for caring. I'm Monica Wells.
Hi there, my name is Kelsey, and I will be discussing what our group will do to support Ms. Lehman if you choose to donate to her cause. After hearing all the reasons why it's so very important to support Ms. Lehman's need for her students to have sensory-related items in the classroom, we would also like to share what we as a group would do to support Ms. Lehman's cause. In order to make Ms. Lehman's cause better known, we will create a Facebook page for her. On this Facebook page, we will advocate for Ms. Lehman's students and explain exactly what they are in need of. Furthermore, Facebook offers a unique opportunity for Ms. Lehman and her supporters to instantly communicate with each other. In terms of the design, the Facebook page will have a photo of Ms. Lehman and her students. Then, in the main body of the page, we will discuss who Ms. Lehman is, who her students are, and what her students' needs are. Following that, we will educate the audience on why students on the autism spectrum benefit from having sensory items. We'll quote Ms. Lehman, who wrote, "Providing an opportunity for students to receive sensory feedback will channel a motor need without students needing to leave their seats. In doing so, they will be able to find greater interest and success with attending activities." And finally, if you do choose to support Ms. Lehman's cause, which we would greatly appreciate, we would also be willing to match your donation up to $25. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us. Destin, Alexa, Phil Mowat, Monica, and myself greatly appreciate your consideration of donating to Ms. Lehman and her students.